Hi guys, back to do a vinyl update. Um, First off, I want to say hi to Mike. Really glad you like the stuff. Loved watching your video, um, and I sent the link to Ian as well, and he watched it and he was really pleased with your reaction, so that was good. Um, so glad you liked the stuff. It was a pleasure to send it out to you. Um, and yeah, I look forward to your next video when you actually speak about what you think. That'll be cool, really cool to see. So I'm going to start on a similar thing. These are recent pickups. First, this was the first three I'm going to show, the ones that I got from Fred. This was the Loved Ones with Magic Box. Really enjoyed this. They sounded, a lot of the tracks on it sounded like they were like early Rolling Stones, but then they also had done some covers of some kind of classic rock and roll, like Shake, Rattle and Roll and Blueberry Hill, which are kind of slightly disjointed, not really rockabilly, but really good kind of versions. So this was great. I've listened to that a few times. He also sent this, which I love. What tracks? Oh yeah, St. Stephen, obviously. Yeah, St. Stephen is a great track. But this was an album I've been on the lookout for a while, and I'm still probably going to look out for an original UK press of this, but it's been bumped way down the list because now I have this. I don't really need to get on. So thanks for that. And probably the best of the three, certainly records he sent, was this one, the Cooper Sessions. I loved this. I wasn't so keen on the second side of it, the blues side. One side of it's kind of the first side of it's more, I think they call it songs, so it's more song-based things. The side two is definitely more blues-based, which I'm not really a blues fan. It was good, but definitely side A has been spun a lot. Really like this. So thanks, Fred. These have been great. Especially this one. This has been a real treat. This was something I picked up recently. This is the Flaming Lips. This had been in the local record shop for a while, and they've recently had a sale because they'd wanted 20 quid for this, but it was used, even though it's in pretty much brand new condition. It was used, and you can buy it new for 20 quid. So when the sale came around, this was in it, so I picked it up. It was like £12, which is, I think, a more reasonable price. This is a reissue of their first album, and it comes on nice white vinyl, and this is great. I'm biased when it comes to the Flaming Lips because I like all their stuff, but this really is a good album. So if you don't know about early Flaming Lips, I would definitely recommend this. Another thing I picked up in the sale, again, it was something I wanted to get when it was first released, but the price kind of put me off a bit. Similar with the new Pink Floyd album. I was thinking 35 quid for an album. It was just a bit ridiculous, but I picked up the new Aphex Twin album. You can see should be £26.99 but in the sale it was 15 quid, so I grabbed that because it's one of those ones I was probably going to end up buying anyway. Record Collector magazine gave this new album of the year. I haven't opened it yet, it's still sealed up, mainly because as much as I love Aphex Twin, I'm not really in the mood for it at the moment. So I'm going to keep this until I am in the mood for it, and then I'll enjoy listening to it. But I'm looking forward to it because I know it's been getting great reviews. Other things that I've picked up. I've picked up this album, Queen Anne's Lace. This is a kind of late 60s, I don't know whether the actual year's on here. Kind of sunshine pop, really folky, on the folky side of sunshine pop. There's a mixture of covers and original material on this. There's the main reason I bought it was because they do a fantastic version of Fool on the Hill by the Beatles. Then they do a cover of Always Something There to Remind Me. Then one of their own. They do another cover of Ticket to Ride. A great version of Sally Go Round the Roses, which is Pentangle song. They do a really good version of Sally Go Round the Roses. A pretty good version of Neon Rainbow by the Box Tops. Yeah, but this is a US pressing on Coral. You can get this really cheap, but I can definitely recommend buying it. Yeah, even just for the first track, their version of Fool on the Hill is really good. It is, like I said, it's a US press, and it's on the kind of nice Coral, if I can get that to show up properly, Coral label. So yeah, and it's dirt cheap. I picked this up basically for postage, and I kind of know the guys that I bought it off. I've bought stuff off them in the past, and they chucked in a freebie as well. So not only did I get one album really cheap, but they sent this as well, which is another one that was right up my street. Cleanliness and Godliness Skiffle Band. Now this was an album that I kind of knew about, but had forgotten. I'd read about this when I was researching Country Joe and the Fish. Now Country Joe and the Fish and these guys all started off as a group called, I want to say, the Instant Action Skiffle Band. That basically played at Berkeley, at a club in Berkeley with the whole folk explosion. Because one of the clubs there, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. These were their kind of, basically because I think they all stayed in a flat above the coffee shop. Any random mixture of members would come down and play if they needed a band, hence Instant Action Skiffle Band. But then Joe McDonald kind of formed Country Joe and the Fish out of some of them, and then the other half of the ones that were left went on and formed this Cleanliness and Godliness Skiffle Band, which actually later on, when the Rolling Stones did their famous kind of Masked Marauders album, which they claimed was Bob Dylan and Paul McCartney and various other people, it was actually these guys. I remember seeing a whole kind of family tree of Country Joe and the Fish and this and the Masked Marauders on a website, and it was really interesting to read. I'm sure it's probably still up there somewhere. But this is great kind of folk music, but this girl has got an amazing voice, really, really good. And there's one track on this one, Lotus Blossom. if I can find it here. Seriously, go online. It's on YouTube, and search for Lotus Blossom by the Cleanliness and Godliness Skiffle Band. And it sounds like Portishead 30 years before Portishead had done anything. It's just unbelievably good. Her vocal is like Beth Gibbons. Obviously, musically, there's not the electronic side of that Portishead have, but that could so easily be a Portishead track. So, Cleanliness and Godliness Skiffle Band's Greatest Hits, and it's on Vanguard, same as Country Joe and the Fish were. Although I think they were originally on Fontana in this country. But yeah, so if you like Country Joe and the Fish, this is very much like that, but